Hey guys! Today we're going to be taking a look at the Targus Mobile VIP Checkpoint-Friendly laptop backpack, which is a really nice looking and well organized bag that I think is going to be particularly appealing for the road warrior and just working professional that are constantly traveling and on the go. And so I've been using this for the past couple of weeks, and so far it's been a pretty good experience. The bag has been very comfortable, and there are some interesting features that I'm excited to share with you guys. So I want to thank the company for sending the bag for me to test out, and let's just jump in and take a closer look at the Targus Mobile VIP laptop backpack. Starting out with the outside of the bag, I really like the overall aesthetic. It has a very professional look that reminds me a lot of the Swiss Gear and OGO bags that I've looked at in the past. I feel like I see these in a lot of offices and in airports when you see professional types from like a Procter & Gamble or GE running around. This definitely seems like the type of bag that they might have with them. With that being said, I do feel that this bag has a little bit of a sleeker and more modern look. I like the difference in textures that it has. The black coloring really makes it fit in well into a variety of environments, and even when I'm wearing it with a professional outfit. And even though this has a little bit more of an adult or professional look in my opinion, I still think it could work well for a college student who has a lot of weight to carry around throughout the day. As far as the materials, it feels like it's primarily made out of a lightweight polyester. There also seems to be some faux leather accents throughout, and for the most part this has held up pretty well. It feels like it's going to offer a decent amount of weather resistance, and it doesn't feel very heavy. It doesn't feel quite as rugged or durable as the ballistic nylon that we might find on something like the Air Tech Pack, which I would have liked to have seen included for the price point that this bag came in at. The bag has pretty nice zippers all throughout, and they open and close smoothly. One thing that I did notice is that they're a little bit more exposed than I would like to see, so the teeth aren't hidden in any way. And I don't think these are YKK or anything like that, which I would have also liked to see, as I mentioned, due to the higher price point. Continuing along the outside, on the bottom, the bag has more of like a tarpaulin-like material that feels like it's going to offer a nice amount of weather resistance. If you place this down somewhere that's wet, it feels like your stuff is going to be pretty well protected. And then the bag has a fair amount of rigidity throughout, so in theory it should be able to stand up on its own. I've had a little bit of mixed experience with this, so if a lot of the weight is on the front of my bag, especially when I'm using my smaller laptop, I do feel that the bag tends to lean forward a little bit. There it's standing on its own, but I have seen it tip a few times, so if you have a bigger laptop or you place your weight more towards the back, it should be okay. And then jumping into the capacity, on the website this is listed at about 24 liters, but on the tag that was actually included with the bag it listed it at 30. And I would actually place it closer to that larger range, maybe around 27 or 28 liters. It does feel like a pretty big bag, even though it has a fairly slim silhouette. And so I really like that even though the bag is a little bit larger, it doesn't feel too awkward walking around in a crowded city or jumping onto a bus. One thing that I will note when we get into the main area is that it doesn't hold quite as much as I would expect for a bag of this size. I imagine this is due to the amount of different pockets that it offers. Those usually take up a lot of space. So it's not going to be able to hold as many bulkier items or as much overall stuff as some of the bags with simpler layouts that we've seen. But for the most part, I was able to fit all the items that I typically like to carry with me on my day-to-day. Continuing along the outside, I was happy to see that the bag has an external water bottle compartment. Currently what I have here is the same water bottle that you've seen in all my other daily bag videos, and it was a little bit of a tight fit. I was able to get it in without too much effort, but I do think that anything thicker than that is not going to fit very easily. There is some elasticity here, so it's going to work well for holding oddly shaped items like an umbrella or a tripod. But the compartment is also pretty short, so anything tall, it would have been nice to see a strap to help keep that in place a little bit better. At the top, the bag has a comfortable handle that's going to make it very easy to pick the bag up and down when you don't want to wear it on your shoulders. It has a nice meshy material and a good amount of thickness here. Jumping into the straps and the back paneling, I was really impressed with how comfortable the bag was. The straps are really well implemented. They have a nice amount of padding. They're soft. On the inside, they have this meshy material to help prevent moisture from building up. They also have a nice width to prevent the bag from digging into my shoulders when I'm wearing it with a lot of weight. On top of that, the bag has an adjustable sternum strap to help distribute the load when it's fully packed out. A nice additional feature on the straps is that if you don't want to use the sternum strap, you can actually tuck it away into these little pockets that it has here, or maybe you can use this for a smaller accessory or to hang your sunglasses. Continuing on with the back paneling, this is also really comfortable. I love how the padding is implemented here. It comes up a nice amount. It's very soft. It has the same meshy material that we saw on the straps. And then that elevation creates this nice air channel to help keep air flowing throughout the day. So just a really great job all throughout of offering a very comfortable carry. While we're on the back paneling, a nice additional feature here is that it has this luggage pass-through. that you can detach from this Velcro to allow you to rest this on your suitcase when you're walking around the airport so that you can save some weight on your shoulders. And then jumping into the different organizational options, the bag has lots of different pockets to make it very easy to find everything as you're moving about throughout the day. So starting off with the quick access compartment here on the side, this is just a very small, simple pocket that's easy to get to. It's a little bit smaller than I would have liked to have seen, so I thought I could fit my laptop charger in here, but it was just a little bit too bulky. So currently what I have in here is just my Nomadic wallet. But this is also going to be a good spot to maybe put your phone or a portable battery to be able to get to it quickly. A nice feature here with the compartment is that it does have this little lip so that it prevents any smaller accessories from falling out. Moving on to the compartments on the front of the bag, first up at the top, there is a nice, simple quick access compartment that has a fleece lining, so it's going to be great for those more delicate things that you want to carry with you. Currently what I have in here is just my Ray-Ban sunglasses with their case, and then I also have my GoPro Hero 3 Plus. So a nice amount of space here, and I like that it comes up to make it easier to hold those bulkier items. Next up, there is a slightly larger compartment that kind of covers the midsection of the bag. One thing that I wanted to call out about this one here is that it has this lip that might be a little bit dangerous when it rains for getting water caught here, especially since the zipper is a little bit more exposed. So definitely something you want to keep an eye on if you feel like there's a little bit of water coming down. So opening this up, I love how much this one comes up. It's going to offer plenty of space if you have some bigger accessories that you want to get to quickly throughout the day. So currently what I have in here is just my BluePop portable Bluetooth speaker and power bank. And then I also have a lightning cable to charge my phone and my iPad. Besides that, no sort of internal organization here, just a very simple compartment. One thing that you want to keep in mind is that it does share space with the main area, so if you pack that out a little bit more fully, it could start to press up against some of the items that you have in here. Moving into this last compartment at the bottom, another very spacious area that's going to be great for holding bigger items. I love how much volume all of these compartments on the front offer so that you can really take full advantage of them. And so this one at the bottom in particular is nice because it has a water resistant material, so it's going to be a great spot for putting something like your toiletries or maybe even some wet clothes after going to the gym. It's going to keep it separate from the main area of the bag. And so currently what I have in here is just my Matador Nano Dry Shower Towel, which is one of my favorite travel accessories, and so if I got this wet, this would be a perfect spot to place it. And then I also just have my laptop charger for my Touch Bar MacBook Pro. So just a really nice amount of space here. I can fit almost both of my hands, no sort of internal organization. So love having these larger compartments where I can kind of toss in the pouches that I normally like to use. The next feature we're going to talk about is one of the marquee features for this bag, which is how checkpoint friendly it is for airports. And so on the zipper pulls here, it even has a little airplane silhouette to kind of showcase that this is the one you would use at the airport. And what this pocket allows is for you to open the bag completely flat, so that you can lay this on the security line and go through TSA without taking your laptop out of the sleeve. This is something Targus had patented. With that being said, I haven't had a chance to test this at an actual airport yet. And to be completely honest, usually with the mixed experience that I've had with these sleeves, I normally don't like to risk placing this on the conveyor belt and then having a TSA agent tell me to take my laptop out anyway. I feel like it just kind of slows me down. So most likely I would still just take my laptop out. But it's nice that Targus has kind of taken that next step and trying to make this a little bit more successful. And Targus is a pretty well-known brand, so I wouldn't be surprised if they'd done a lot of research with major airports, at least domestically, to help make this a little bit more successful. Since we just talked about the checkpoint-friendly features of the bag, the next area we're going to take a look at is the laptop compartment. And so the first thing I'll call out here is that these zippers do have the ability to lock, since this is probably the most expensive item you'd have on your person. And so this is a large top loading area, opens nice and wide to make it very easy to get your laptop in and out. Plenty of space here. Currently what I have is my 13-inch Touch Bar MacBook Pro, but I could definitely fit up to a 15-inch laptop in here. A nice thing about this compartment is that it is elevated off the bottom of the ground, so you can place your laptop in, and if you happen to drop your bag, it's going to be very well protected. And so no sort of fleece lining on the inside, but a nice amount of padding on both sides. And so pulling my laptop out, you can get a better feel at the material. And I like how much this comes up. It's going to make it a little bit easier if you happen to have a thicker device. So just a really nice implementation overall with the laptop area. Definitely feels like it's going to keep my device protected as I'm running around throughout the day. And so the last area we're going to take a look at is the main storage area, which has some nice internal organization. And so this is another top loading compartment. And the zipper comes up a pretty decent amount so that you can see everything that's on the inside. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, this is about a 28-liter bag, so it's a little bit larger. And When all the compartments are filled out throughout the bag, I was surprised that it wasn't able to hold a little bit more. It especially struggled a little bit with bulkier items. So my Beats Studio wireless headphones, which you see here, are probably the biggest item that I was able to include, and even that took a little bit of organizing on the inside, so it would be tricky to include maybe a pair of larger gym shoes and clothes, or even a lunchbox. So just something to keep in mind. I do wish that it had been a little bit better for handling bulkier items in this main area. With that being said, jumping into the items that I have, as I mentioned, I have my headphones, and then I have a simple folder to hold my papers and receipts, and then I also have my Levitate portable standing desk. And then down near the bottom, I have my full-size Moleskine notebook. So now with the compartment a little bit emptier, you can see it goes down pretty deep. One thing that's interesting about this compartment is you can actually adjust the height in this area. It has this little Velcro floor near the bottom. I'm not sure if you can see that well, which allows you to provide more space to this bottom compartment if you want to place more stuff there that might be wetter. So you can actually seal this up. But if you want additional space for taller items in this compartment, like I needed to put this down to be able to fit my Levitate portable standing disc, it's very easy to do so. You just release the piece of Velcro and then you have a lot more depth. And so continuing on with the internal organization, the first thing that you see here floating around is this little lanyard with a clip so that you can attach your keys so you can find them easily. Currently what I have here is just my Gerber dime multi-tool. And then while we're on the flap, just below the keychain clip, there is also a simple mesh zippered compartment. And I really like the use of mesh here to make it very easy to see what's on the inside. And so I just have some smaller accessories here, such as a little lightning cable to charge my phone. And then I also have a USB-C hub for my Touch Bar MacBook Pro. But there's plenty of leftover space here. This would have been a great spot to put maybe one of my pouches. Continuing on to the other side, there's a few different slip pockets. Starting at the top, there is a larger one that's a little bit elevated off the bottom of the ground, and this is gonna be a great spot to put something like a tablet. Currently what I have in here is my iPad mini 2, and that fit in there very easily. I definitely think you could fit a full-size 10-inch tablet here. And then below that, there is another larger slip pocket that probably would have worked well for a notebook. Currently what I have here is just my Kindle, and that fits in there very easily. No sort of fleece lining on either of these compartments, just very simple slip areas to help keep things separated. Next to that, there is another smaller slip pocket with a little bit of depth. Currently what I have in here is just my Samsung T5 portable hard drive along with its USB-C cable, and that kind of went a little bit deeper than I would like for this compartment. It's a pretty long area, so if you have a taller power bank or something, this might be a good area to store that. And then in front of this area, there's a very shallow slip pocket here. I imagine that the only thing you could place here is maybe a business card or two. And then next to that, there's just a few slots where you could store something like a pen or a stylus, which is what I currently have here. And then the last pocket here all the way on the right is just another smaller slip pocket where I currently have my Apple Magic Mouse. This has a nice amount of space. It goes about the depth of my fingers, so it would have been a great spot to maybe put a portable battery or my hard drive. So overall, a pretty good design for this main area and throughout the rest of the bag. I really love how many different options it gives you for organizing all of your stuff. And so if you're looking for a comfortable bag that's gonna offer a nice style and work well for business trips, this may be a good option to check out. And so to wrap up, it's been a pretty good experience testing out the Targus Mobile VIP laptop backpack over the past couple of weeks. The bag has been really comfortable to wear, it has some great organizational options, and I think it has a really professional and stylish look. And so you can purchase this on Targus' site for about $100, which I think is an okay price considering the features that the bag has. There is, however, a lot of competition at that price point and some really great tech bags that we've looked at on the channel that might be worthwhile alternatives. And so as I was testing this out, one of the first bags this made me think of was the Timbuktu Authority Pack, which has a really nice professional look, some great organizational options, and a really solid build quality. That one's gonna come in a little bit more expensive at around $130, but if you're looking for something with a similar style that's gonna hold up a little bit better, I definitely recommend you check that one out. The next bag this made me think of was the NK City Commuter Pack, which we looked at really recently. That was another great all-around tech bag that had some awesome organizational options. It was very comfortable. It came in at under $100, and that one had the added bonus of having the ability to expand out to be able to use for a little bit of a quick trip. And so if you're looking for a solid tech-focused bag with a similar size to this, that's gonna be another great option to keep in mind. Another bag this made me think of was the Targus Fitness Backpack, which we looked at a little while back. That one also had some really nice organizational options, a pretty similar size to this, and I really liked that that one gave you a little bit more flexibility if you wanted to take some gym clothes with you on your day-to-day. That one also came in at a similar price point, around $85. So if you're looking for A bag with a similar look and organizational options to this that's going to offer a little bit more flexibility for bulkier items. I definitely recommend you check that one out as well. If you have a little bit of a higher budget and you like the aesthetic of this bag, another good option to check out would be the Air Tech Pack, which has a similar size. It has a very professional look, a solid build quality, it's very comfortable to wear, and it also has a lot of great organizational options. That one's going to come in at closer to $200, but if you want something like this that you know is going to hold up well over the longer term, that's going to be one of the best options to check out. The last option that I'll mention here, if you have a little bit of a tighter budget, would be the Initech Business Laptop Backpack. That's a really stylish and durable bag that comes in at around $40 to $45, and it's not going to have all the same organizational options and features as this one, but it is going to be very comfortable, it's going to hold up well, offer some good weather resistance, and it's just going to be a great all-around option if you're looking to save a little bit of money. With all that being said, the Targus Mobile VIP Laptop Backpack still holds up pretty well against all those bags, and if you're looking for a stylish and comfortable bag with lots of organization that's going to work well for work travel, it's going to be a good option to keep in mind. And so I'm definitely curious to hear what you guys think of the Targus Mobile VIP Laptop Backpack and some of the more travel focused features that it has. And if there are any similar bags that you guys think I should feature on the channel, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank the company again for sending the bag for me to test out. And if you guys found this video useful, please give us a like. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And thank you guys so much.